Hi, Caryn Zinn here, dietitian, and today I'm bringing you the latest lifestyle medicine evidence with Science in a Minute. Today I want to talk about a study that has just been published in the British Medical Journal by a group of Australian researchers, and the study was on the effect of breakfast on weight outcomes and energy intake. So it was a meta-analysis, which means it was a statistical procedure applied to a range of randomized control trials or interventions that compared breakfast eaters with non-breakfast eaters on weight differences and also on the remaining energy for the rest of the day. Just to talk about what we already know about breakfast eating, observational studies have informed us that breakfast eating or breakfast eaters tend to be lower in weight, and that eating breakfast can be protective against weight gain. So it has resulted in a bit of a mantra that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and it's a meal that we have consolidated in our nutrition guidelines. So knowing that, let's have a look at the outcomes from the study. Firstly, just a breakdown of the studies themselves. The point I want to make with the slide is that the studies in itself, or the intervention trials, vary in their protocols quite widely. So some of the interventions go for 2 weeks and some go right through to 16 weeks. Some are conducted on males, females, and a combination between the two. All studies have been done on adults in high-income countries. So what did they find? Main findings when it comes to weight outcomes or weight status. The important thing to note is to look at the bottom of the slide, and you can see here we have the overall effect of the meta-analysis. So taking into consideration all of the individual findings from each of the trials, we can see here that the overall finding is that the non-breakfast eaters have been favored in terms of weight outcomes. And the difference here was about just under half a kilo. So people, looking at this, people who don't eat breakfast tend to be on average around a half a kilo lighter than those who did eat breakfast. Let's look at energy now. So again, we look at the bottom of the slide, the overall effect here for all the different studies, and you can see again that the overall finding for energy intake favors the non-breakfast eaters, and the difference here is around 260 calories. So people who don't eat breakfast tend to have an overall calorie intake of around 260 less over the day than breakfast eaters. So what does this mean? Well, you know, when you look at what conventional wisdom tells us, looking at this evidence, it suggests that eating breakfast being protective against weight gain may in fact be wrong. So while food is medicine and breakfast has been touted as the most important meal of the day, perhaps this is not the case, particularly for people who are trying to maintain their weight.